defending America's legacy of freedom. That is what we are thankful for in tonight's preamble. First, we have to address who we conservatives are defending America from. The answer is Democrat, socialist, liberals. They have been on a jihad for over half century or more, busily trying to erode the protections of limited government in the United States. Democrat socialists have used the courts to impose their dark, government-centered vision on we the people. It is a vision that they didn't have the votes to implement in the Congress. Having a constitutional court protects Americans from this perversion inspired by Democrats. President Trump spoke about this latest nominee of his, Amy Coney Barrett from the Trail.
I'm glad she's not running for president. I'd much rather go against Sleepy Joe. Much easier. Now she's fantastic. A fantastic person, fantastic woman, a great student. Her professor, her great professor at Notre Dame said, and he's been teaching a long time, a lot of great legal minds he's taught. He said she's the single greatest student he's ever had. That was good enough for me. That was a highly respected person. He's a highly respected man. He said, sir, she's the greatest student I've ever had. Judge Barrett is one of our nation's most brilliant legal minds. She'll defend our rights, our liberties, and our God-given freedoms. And you saw that.
On that last part, our God-given freedoms. This is fundamental Americanism. We as a people believe our rights are gifts from God, not government. We believe that if government is to be viewed as a legitimate government, it must be arrayed toward protecting those God-given rights. Amy Coney Barrett dedicated her vast scholarship toward fulfilling the Constitution's purpose, putting chains on government, in so doing, keeping us free. She is also dedicated to interpreting the law as written. Her integrity, intellect, and dedication resulted in this.
Are there any senators in the chamber who wish to vote or change their vote? If not, on this vote, the yeas are 52, the nays are 48. The nomination of Amy Coney Barrett of Indiana to be an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States is confirmed.
All right, now after that vote, the GOP wanted to remind Americans that they did what they were elected to do. Here's Texas Senator Ted Cruz.
Today, President Donald Trump delivered on one of the central promises he made to the American people, to nominate principled constitutionalists to the U.S. Supreme Court. Today, the Republican majority in the United States Senate delivered on one of the principal promises we made to the American people, to confirm principled constitutionalists to the U.S. Supreme Court.
And just about an hour later, newly confirmed Justice Amy Coney Barrett made her way to the White House to take the oath of office from the great Justice Clarence Thomas.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge.
The duties of the office on which I'm about to enter.
The duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you all for being here tonight. And thank you, President Trump, for selecting me to serve as an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. It's a privilege to be asked to serve my country in this office, and I stand here tonight truly honored and humbled. Thanks also to the Senate for giving its consent.
And that brings us back to the United States Senate. Because the GOP had the majority in the Senate, we Americans will now enjoy a respite from the attacks dished out from a court that was working for a left-wing political party rather than the Constitution. Mitch McConnell, with honorable mention to Lindsey Graham, deserves our deep thanks. We have not always seen eye to eye on fights that need to be fought, but on this, Mitch McConnell, you have the most sincere and heartfelt thanks that the Chris Salcedo Show can muster. Your legacy on the courts will distinguish you as one of the greatest defenders of American liberty. For me, I gauge the Republican Party on how effective they are at protecting my family, protecting my state, protecting my country from the ravages of Democrat socialist liberals. By securing a constitutional court for at least a generation, on that score, Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, mission accomplished. Well done, gentlemen.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.